What is happening? Welcome back to another video. Today I've got a bunch of parts to fit to the Sur Ron, so let's get into it. All right, so first up, I'm gonna fit the Fox shock. I've heard these are a really good shock for the Sur Ron, so I picked one up secondhand. It is in really good condition, no marks on it. He's already got the mounting kit for the Sur Ron or the Segway, so that was a perfect buy. I'm gonna use the standard spring, whack it straight on this, and away we go. Next up, I'm gonna chuck a new set of forks on it. So I went with the Mazzocchi Bombers. They've just got that sleek look. The matte black forks with the red stickers on it is just gonna go so well with this model of bike. It's gonna fit it really nicely. Last but not least, this is the new seat from Race Spec Sur Ron. I think it was about a $260 seat, and I'm not sure how long it's gonna last. The finish of it is definitely far from perfect. They literally say in the instructions that they give you extra straps for when you break these ones. So yeah, there's random lumps and bumps. We'll fit it all up. Let's get into it. Now I'm gonna undo all these bolts and pull this linkage completely out and grease it. I've noticed on a lot of videos I've watched that these bearings, they rust out in no time. Obviously because they're coming with no grease in them from the factory. All right, so I've got the shock out. I'm gonna try and wrestle this spring out of it. Wind the spring compression ring off. Should go over. Beautiful. Push that bump stop down. Wind a bit of compression onto that spring. Now this is apparently an extra little kit you have to buy to make this shock work with the Sur Ron. All right, that should be ready for fitment now. Before we get this in the bike, let's have a look at this little bit. My bike's probably only got 300 kilometers on it, so it is still brand new. I'm gonna pop these out and see if there is any grease inside there. I'm not sure how well you can see in there, but it looks like they've wiped a tiny bit of Vaseline or something in there. It doesn't even look greased up. So let's get some grease in there. If you want your bearings to last, definitely grease them up. All right, doesn't feel so much like a pogo stick. Let's move on to them forks. All right, I've got the old forks off. I'm gonna have to slip these new forks in and work out where I'm gonna cut the steering tube. I'm going to take the forks completely out so I can work on this and not worry about damaging them. Also had to rip the bearing off the other forks, so I'll be refitting this to these new ones. Always remember to put the seal on first, because if you knock the bearing on, then you've got to just rip it straight back off. The proper way to grease a tapered needle roller: put a chunk of grease in your palm and work it in the bottom of the bearing like this, all the way around. And we're good to go. So for this to fit, I need to just grind a little bit of this off, just so it doesn't rub. All right, I've got it cut down to size. Hopefully cut it at the right spot. Perfect. In the future, I will be fitting a direct mount stem to this. Let's slide some forks in. Gotta remember to put the steering stops on. Last but not least, let's fit this seat. So the instructions say, grab this little template, push it snug up into here and drill your pilot hole right there. Make sure you take your battery out, obviously. Grab your 8mm drill bit. You pop your latch open. This bolt threads through. You screw it into this insert on the underside of the seat. And then it says, very lightly do these straps up. Now it says it is very easy to break these straps. So in the kit, it gives you another one and basically says, use this if you break one. So then you'd have to have your seat like that. You can see the battery meter through the gap in the seat still. You can see that finish there. It's not the best. All right, so it's been a couple of days since I fitted the suspension and I had a really quick ride on it. It felt really nice, but I was still bottoming out the front forks on jumps and stuff like that. Obviously these forks are made for mountain bikes and not kind of e-motos. So I put another air token in the forks and that made it a whole lot better. All you do is pop this cap off, let the air out, remove the cartridge, put another token on, slide it back in. Super simple, super easy. Let's chuck a helmet on and get this thing back out in the trails. Hey? Got a jump happening. It might be ready when I get back. No, I'm going out in the bush. Alright, so the first thing I noticed was when I'm riding on the road, I'm not just like bouncing. Normally when you're just cruising along under power, there's just like this little slow bounce happening. The Fox rear shock completely got rid of that feeling. It just felt unstable and yeah, just didn't feel great at all. When you come down off a wheelie, it's just so smooth now. No clunking. All right, let's get straight out the bush. Yeah, those forks, they just soak up everything. so much better. It's a lot firmer. I think I've got 100 pound in them with those extra air tokens in it, and it just feels 100%. Quickly hit this little jump. Now the next biggest thing I noticed is the front end stability. So on the standard set of forks, the front wheel was washing out everywhere, especially on those faster sweeping corners. The front was just so, you know, uneasy. I wasn't very confident in it, but now with the new forks, it's so much better, and I'm still on the standard little tires. Today I'm going to head to that damn wall again, and we'll climb up the side of it, and yeah, we'll check out the view. Flat tire, spewing. Everything was going so well. I was looking forward to cruising out to the dam and climbing the wall, but I'm just gonna have to take it real easy back home. I might try and find the tarmac pretty quick and just cruise along. Yeah, absolutely spewing, but what do you do? So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave it there for this video. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and the biggest thanks to my members. You guys are legends, appreciate it so much. Anyway, we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.